Marty in California.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, Marty.
Wow, I didn't think I'd get on so soon.
It's your lucky day, Marty.
What do you want to talk about?
How's it going? I know you don't have a ton of time, so
Yeah, we'll do rapid fire though.
Cool. First of all, I've been binge watching Talk Heathen lately, and I just love it.
Yay!
I saw the episode where your mother called into you and Matt.
Oh my
gosh! I was just so moved by what a wonderful, loving parent she was.
I just bawled like a baby. Yeah.
She made it clear when she called that she loves you no matter what. And
That's awesome.
Broke my heart that most of us with theist parents don't know that we can ever have that.
Mm-hmm. And that episode is funny because I had Matt on as a guest, and he was entirely uncomfortable. He did not know what to do, which I love.
That's
it was
funny.
Great.
Well, your comment here in the notes says you're an atheist with a theist mother, and how do you let go of the anger caused from the indoctrination?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could just say, like, real quick, when I was I was converted very young by my mom, and I remember when I was a Christian, I looked at people who said, "Show me the evidence," and I thought they were foolish, arrogant, and flawed people. And just knowing that I used to think that way in high school, and people still think that way now, I legitimately don't know how I got out of that bulletproof thought armor.
Mm-hmm.
And I watch it just causing problems in the lives of my loved ones, and especially someone as close to you as your mom, when you just can't have a conversation that touches morality at all. Like, how do you deal with that? Is it a foolish exercise in futility to even attempt it? Do you just have to walk on eggshells all the time? Or do you think there's some Eric Murphy-style verbal Aikido that could somehow, open up inroads in some way?
I think most conversations are not very effective with those people. I've got a lot of Christian family members, and we don't talk much about any of these things. And the position I've adopted is I've been very clear on who I am and what I am, and I'm not apologetic about that, but I'm also not combative about it either. And so I'm not looking to pick any fights with anybody, but if anybody wants to talk to me about it, we can go. But I'm not going to get into it with them because their positions are pretty much entrenched, and it's just going to take something opening up their minds and eyes and ears to have an honest conversation about it. And as far as the anger caused from the indoctrination, we all deal with regret and anger with what we did and how we lived and the years we wasted and all those kind of things. But at the end of the day, that's going to be a little bit, I've said that regret is too costly of an emotion to dwell in, and I'm not going to do that with anger either. We have to come to the place where we say that we were just doing the best we could. And my position now is do the best you can until you know better, and then do better. And that's what I'm doing. And you can do that too, and just let go of the years that were behind you and grab the moments that are in what your life is right now, and not get caught up in, and also not get caught up in what other people are thinking or saying about you, because that's also a wasted emotion.
And when it comes to your mother specifically, there are a bunch of pieces. The first off is, obviously our experiences are different, and the people that you deal with are different. And so I don't know your mother.
Yeah, they're all different. You're right.
Yeah. I have no idea whether or not your mother's going to be receptive or never will be ever at all. But the fact is, you're stuck with her. She is your mother. And if she's toxic, you have the right to walk away.
That's
if you
exactly
want,
right.
If
You've got to take care of your own heart and mind. And my mom, for instance, is not combative. She'll every now and then drop a little, "I'm praying for you," or sent me a text a couple years ago, "Please, please, please watch the movie God's Not Dead."
Oh, God.
And I took some deep breaths, and I said, "Okay, Mom, I love you, but I can't watch that movie. I don't love you that much." But no, she'll say, "I'm praying for you," and I'll say, "Mom, I appreciate that, but I'm doing okay." She says, "Not if you're not in the kingdom." Well, we'll have to disagree on that, Mom. I'm really okay. So it's not a combative But if your mom or someone is causing a lot of stress and anxiety in your life, like Eric says, you got to take care of yourself.
And there are other things that you can always connect on.
Right.
Maybe you can't have that conversation with her ever. You get to decide whether or not that is meaningful to you to the point where you would need to cut that relationship. And if it's not, then there are other conversations you can have, especially to someone who believes. I've said it a million times. I'll say it a million more. There are people who think when you say I'm an atheist, it means I don't love you.
Yeah.
And for a mother, that can be terrifying.
And just show them that you do.
Yeah, show them that you do. Tell them that you do. And, build that relationship, because that is something that is incredibly important, and it transcends language, it transcends culture, that love and that care, that support, saying, I love you. That can be something that opens doors. If you don't get to talk about religion, then don't. But, you may get there, you may not. Regardless, though, I think Dave's advice probably stands from there, that, do what's best in your life. And when it comes to talking, put that relationship first. Say, hey, I want to reassure you that I love you, and I'm afraid. You can be vulnerable. Mm-hmm. Say, hey, I'm afraid that by talking to you about this, you would pull your love from me, or you would say, I don't want to talk to you anymore, or in some way hurt me, and you're someone I care about. I'm afraid. And that is a conversation that I had with my mother about 2 years before that call. And she wasn't ready for that, because I was crying. And I said, Mom, I'm so scared because I love you and I don't want to lose you. And she's crying. Well, I'm crying. We're all crying. She gave me permission to tell this story, so that's okay.
Okay, good.
But she said, her first response was the one that was the more important one, is, I love you. Of course I still love you. And then the rest came from there. And after that, it's up to you, and it's up to her. And you have to have two people for a relationship. Mm-hmm. But we're doing a really poor job of shooting through these calls.
Thanks for the call, Marty.
Yeah, hey.
Good to talk to you.
Guys. You guys are badasses. Gladiators of critical thinking. We all appreciate you so much.
Gladiators of critical. I'm going to put that on.
Tagline there, man.
Take care, brother.